All right.
Yeah, son. There's mad kids out there getting cream for the 9-5, bro. Yeah, and I've been doing this for a long time. You know, shoot the game, going for mine.
All right.
And this is the year when mad cats get peeled. So I'ma spark this line, kick the rib.
Bang them out.
With all this chaos in the realms of the street, your local street dog got to make ends meet. The average Joe's far too slow for the scale pro. You better know, when I hit the streets, I like to glow, I like to glisten. And at the same time, stay low, listen, motherfuck the fame. I'm pursuing the dope. My stilo is symbolic to a kilo. Cash is popping, coke's cooking, beef's copping. Ain't that some shit? A player that used to live in riches, now a sticky kid. Caught up in a ditch. In 94, Giuliani kicked Ebony. In 95, niggas flip to stay alive. Peeling caps while I laugh. In the stats, in the half. Remy in the glass. Spark the boom, then I flash. They wanna confine me. Sneak up from behind me. Bust a cap in my back and put me where they can't find me. They hate to see a young player pay. I don't want to see that. They rather see it spray. But I'm like Diddy, a Terminator. Squeeze the lead off. Using verbs and nouns like rounds to blow your head off. Hitting up spots. Heating up blocks. Investing in stocks like Colombian blood crops. I'm out to get cream and ain't no doubt in my mind. Fuck this broke shit, I'm hit. I get down for mine. I get down for mine. I get down for this. I get down for mine. I get down for this. On the regular shit. No fear. I get down for mine. I get down for this. I get down for this. I hear you wanna be a player. I ain't someplace you play. Let's play a game of real nigga roulette. With this DOA as I spray the melee. Content and punctuation is compared to AK. You in the days. Overdose for pure funk. I'm fucking off like Tommy Kent. My karma's a boot smoke. Decapitating rappers in my trunk. I'm sick. Pumping skunk. Bouncing with my click. Popping mega jump. I'm getting back while these clowns be zigzagging. When you talk about flipping keys, come on, you're nickel bagging. I'm blasting off wigs and making dollars believe it. You see, I was packing heaters when jokers was banging cheerleaders. Ain't nothing changed, it's still the same in the rap game. I'm known for banging rookies out the frame. Y'all have forgotten who was the pimp from the start. Sipping vintage wine and eating a la carte. I'm phenomenal from the abdominal. Far from comical lyrics and sticking the brains like barnacles. Never sleep. I'm bringing the drama to the streets with techniques and rolling in fleets. Ain't nothing sweet about the streets, so I'm poetically ill. I'm pure like cook up and lyrics sound like fish scale. I got the banger at your throat and you ain't showing no signs. Cake death, let them know I get down for mine. I get down for mine. I get down for
Yeah. Yeah. What happened, Dan? You stopped your music? All right, anybody. All right, anyway. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to tonight's podcast. Before I get started, can anybody, Auntie, can you hear me? Type of one in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me. Dan, were you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Can they hear me?
Yeah.
All right, everybody. What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to tonight's broadcast of Gangsta Talk. All right. You know, when I saw this article, I had to do a show on this. As you can see the title, a SYSBM gets what he deserved. Okay. Now, I don't know what his nationality is yet. We're still trying to find that out. I'm suspecting he's of Caucasian descent. or mixed with Hispanic or something like that. I don't think he's a black man. But nonetheless, he had the sissy bim mentality and he got what he deserved. Now, this man had a problem with his girlfriend. And this is what makes me think that he's a sissy bim. These guys are having these emotional breakdowns in relationships. These guys are so weak emotionally. And this is what you get when you have all of this effeminization. See, it's not just black men who are being effeminized. A lot of these Caucasians are feminine as well. They are effeminate too. And this breakdown in emotions to where a man can't handle himself when he faces adversity with his girlfriend or his wife. See, if you got the results of that kind of violence, you're a loser. Yes, I understand some women drive you crazy. Hell, my wife drives me crazy every now and then. But that's no reason for me to lose my cool. There's no reason for me to lose my mind. As this particular sissy bim did, and not only did he lose his mind, he lost his life along with it. Now, for those who don't know about this, and Dame has the article, he threw a concrete block. Apparently, he was having an issue with his girlfriend. So he ran down on a home in Pasadena, California, picked up a huge concrete block, threw it through the window. It actually broke into the house. All right, so he broke into the house, saw his ex-girlfriend, started strangling her. Mama and sister was nearby in the house. They got their weapons and they went to work, as they should have. As they should have. Now, the only reason why I'm talking about this is because I'm going to paint this in to black women. So bear with me. No, by no means am I defending a Karen or Becky or whatever. I'm using the situation to prove another point. So mama and sister grabbed their weapons and they went to work. One grabbed a butcher knife, a kitchen butcher knife. The other one grabbed a golf club. And they went to work. One got to stabbing and one got to beating the hell out of him with the damn golf club. And they beat him down and he died. Now, excuse me if I don't shed a tear. You had no business losing your mind, running into somebody's house like you're a lunatic, attacking a woman. I don't care if y'all had a relationship. That's not the way you do things. You're supposed to exercise great restraint. You have to understand, fellas, women are emotional, and because women, they become a part of our heart, sometimes the emotion is hard to deal with. But you have to exercise great restraint. You don't resort to this kind of violence. And you see, this sissy bin mentality, this is what the SYSBM, this is what they want to be like. This is what they ultimately want to happen to all black women. They want to be able to brutalize black women whenever they see fit. And they don't want any consequences. This is the kind of mindset and the mentality that these guys have. Now, apparently this guy was filled with hatred for his girlfriend. Again, another screwed up mental issue, an emotional issue. These guys got serious emotional problems. They can't hold their emotions together. They can't hold their mental together. And it gets to the point to where they act out like women and throw a concrete blocking through a window and rush in there and try to choke the woman out. Now, for what I understand, that there was no other man in the house, but there was the mother and the sister, and they took appropriate action. And they laid him out, as they should have. A sissy bim getting what he deserved. And They all should get what they deserve as far as I'm concerned. But this is the kind of mentality that they have, and this is what they are spreading, and this is the kind of dangerous environment that they want to create for black women. They want this kind of environment. This is why they want to be like these Caucasian men. They follow what these Caucasian men do. Now, they're probably sitting up there saying, well, they didn't have to kill them. They evil women. They didn't have to do this. They didn't have to do that. No, no, and no. Nobody told this punk ass to throw a concrete block or a paver, however you want to look at it, through this woman's window and break into her house and charge in there like a lunatic and put his hands around that woman's throat with every intent to kill this woman. Mama and sister had other ideas. He probably wasn't banking on the fact that the mother and sister was there, or he probably looked at it this way. It's just a house full of women. What can they do to me? They can't hurt me. I'm a man. I'm a big, strong man. Well, no, you're not. First of all, breaking into a woman's house with the intent to kill her doesn't make you a strong man. It makes you a lunatic. That's what it makes you. And this lunatic got put down, as well as he should have gotten put down. Now, what's the moral of the story? The SYSBMs. This is what they promote for black women. Now, we don't know what nationality the women are either. But this is the kind of environment that these guys want to create for black women. They want to be able, I know I said this already, I'm going to say it one more time. They want to be able to do whatever they want to black women with no repercussion. Anytime you sit here and say that you want to see a black woman die by drowning in a pool of her own blood, you don't have nothing but hatred for women. And it looks like the hatred has consumed this SYSBM's life. And that's what hatred will do for you. It will consume you. See, you Negroes think that you can control hatred. Hatred don't belong to anyone. Hatred doesn't have a boss. You don't tell hatred what to do. Once hatred gets inside you, it continues to grow. And the more you feed into it, the stronger it gets. It gets to the point where you can no longer suppress it, and you become mindless, filled with rage and hatred, and you become blind to reality. And that reality turned this guy into a lunatic with tunnel vision, not understanding the reality that he was in or the situation that he was in. He thought that he was going to break into this woman's house in broad daylight and run in there and try to kill this woman by strangling her. And when you read the article, which I'm going to have Dame do here in a few minutes, the graphic details of them stabbing him with a kitchen knife. Now, many of you know them kitchen knives are big, especially if they're them old school fat kitchen knives with the fat handle and the fat, ending on the handle. And then beating them down with a golf club. So he has so much hatred and so much ill intent that he stood there willing to get beat to death just to try to kill her. Now that's serious hatred. That's a broken mind. That's a black heart and a broken mind. He wasn't even concerned with his own well-being because he was blind by hatred, because he was weak. He was weak. He was a weak man. Now, some people say, well, Max, you cold-blooded. No, I'm just stating the facts. The man was a lunatic. He hated the woman. He wanted to kill her. And he got killed in the process. This is SYSBM 101. This is what saving yourself, black men, this is what they want to get to. They want to be able to do this, though, but stay alive. They want to be able to brutalize black women like this and choke them out. Some of these guys even want to kill a black woman. And they don't want to do a day in jail over it. They don't want to have any repercussions behind it. As a matter of fact, they want to go and talk to each other and laugh about it. These are the type of people that you're dealing with. And this is the type of man that they aspire to become. They want to be just like this lunatic who ran into that woman's house, broke into that woman's house with the intent to kill her and got beat down. Got carved up like a turkey and then beat down, beat into oblivion. Or SYSBM getting what he deserved. How do I feel about it? Well, sounds like they made the world a better place as far as I'm concerned. Dame? Where's my co-host? Dame.
Right here.
Throw that article up. Read some of that article for me.
Okay. All right. All right. Attacker is fatally beaten and stabbed by victim's mother and sisters, authorities says. A man who broke into South Pasadena home, attacked his estranged girlfriend, died after he was stabbed and beaten by the woman's mother and sister Saturday morning, authorities said. The man threw a large concrete paver through the front window of a home in the 500 block of Five Oaks Drive, stepped inside, and began choking the woman and punching her in the face, says Los Angeles County Sheriff's Lieutenant Barry Hall. The woman, mother and sister came to her aid, stabbing the man with a kitchen knife. Stabbing the man with a kitchen knife and beating him with a golf club, Hall said. They tried to pull him off, and it didn't work. He was too strong.
Okay, stop right there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the thing. This man was so full of hatred that they couldn't even pull this man off this woman. So he's standing there getting stabbed, probably in the back, probably beat upside of his head with the golf club. But he has so much hatred and so much ill intent and hell-bent on killing this woman. He probably didn't feel anything until it was too late. Until the wounds were fatal, until they struck a fatal blow. Now, this is scary. And let me tell you why. Because these are the type of men that SYSBM are trying to create. These are the type of men that they want to create. Their dangerous rhetoric creates this kind of men, and it creates this kind of dangerous environment for black women. Now, again, I don't know if these women were black. Again, we're just using the situation to talk about these SYSBMs and how dangerous their mentality is. You got men who have emotions like women, filled with hatred, and they're spewing this corruption to other men. And this is what happens. You end up with emotional lunatics who are so enraged with so much hatred, they will use this that they don't even care if they lose their life in the process of trying to kill a woman. Go ahead, Dane, read.
Okay. They tried to pull him off, and it didn't work. He was too strong, so they had to resort to using weapons. South Pasadena police officer responded to a report of domestic violence, entered through the shattered window, and found a man who was pronounced dead at the scene by the South Pasadena Fire Department. Authorities said the LA County Coroner's Office identified him as Justin Gross, G-O-S,
Goss.
Goss, Justin Goss, 40, of Glendale.
All right, stop right there. This man was 40 years old. 40 years old, and his mind had deteriorated that bad. His emotions broke down that bad. No self-control, just blind rage and blind hatred. Now, I'm not unreasonable. Do sometimes our women get under our skin? Yes. Sometimes do they make us angry? Yes. But there are ways to handle that. You calm down, you get away for a while, you go somewhere and relax, and you think about the situation, and you handle it in a better manner. There's always a better way to handle a situation with a woman. What he did is not the way you handle it. But this is what these sissy bims are pushing. They want these kind of monsters out there because they want the environment completely dangerous for black women, because in their mind, if the black woman is in a dangerous environment and she has nowhere to turn, that she will somehow grovel down to her knees and come crawling to them for sanctuary, crawling to them for protection. Now, they can't protect anyone. I'm not sure what kind of logic that is. But this is what they want. They want these kind of lunatics out there. This is the kind of shit that rhetoric produce. Mindless lunatics filled with hatred for women. Because the more they hear this, the more guys hear this, the more they start to convince themselves that it's okay to have this kind of mentality towards women. And some of them have even gone to the point where they actually believe that nobody cares about black women. And that if they do something to a black woman, nobody would care, not even their own family. Some of them actually believe that. I've heard some of them say stupid stuff like that. Man, if I were to do this to her, she's so messed up, I don't even think her family would do nothing. Her family would probably thank me.
Oh man, they really delusional.
Yeah, I've heard them say stuff like this. Now, go ahead, Dan, continue to read.
The woman, 37, was taken to the hospital, treated for injuries to her face, and released, officials said. Her mother and sisters were not facing charges according to authorities. They were well within their right to act in defense of their sister and daughter, Hall said.
Okay.
So you wrong that they're not gonna have somebody defend. If there's no other man, there's gonna be their sisters, their mother, maybe best friend, cousin. There's gonna be somebody.
Shout out to Kendra Rowland and T. Shatira, haven't seen her in a while. And everybody who's showing up tonight. So again, this is what happens when you create this kind of dangerous environment. Now, they're trying to spill this over to black women. This is This is the fate that they want for black women. These are the men that they want to be like. They want to be just like this lunatic that thought that he was going to end this woman's life and that no one was going to do anything about it. How did that work out? Didn't turn out too well for him, did it?
No.
Now, should we feel sorry for a lunatic who wants to kill women? I most certainly don't. Again, we don't know the nationality of this man yet. We're assuming that he's Caucasian. Because if he's a brother, if I find out this is a brother, oh man, I'm going to go off. This better not be a brother. So stay tuned for another show and an update on this if I find out that this guy was black. But I'm assuming he's a Caucasian. Or possibly even Hispanic or Spanish, have you? Latino, whatever the hell you call them nowadays. But still, it's still the overall mindset of this save yourself black man shit. This man is queer shit. This red pill shit. You see what that shit does? And they're copying this shit from white men. These guys don't even have their own thoughts. They're copying this behavior from white men. See, they envy white men because white men have power and they don't. So they're starting to turn white men into their own personal idols. They're idolizing the power of white men, hoping and wishing and dreaming that they will someday have the same power that this Caucasian male has. I don't know how that's going to come to pass when you're a coward and you can't lead, you can't take care of your kids. Many of you don't want to fucking work. You just want to play video games. I'm not sure what kind of power you're going to obtain like that. And because they don't have the power and they see that the black woman is getting ahead, they want to try to create this dangerous environment for black women. Take a good look. This kind of environment and those kind of lunatics are what they are trying to create for black women. That's what you get out of these black KKK members. See, as far as I'm concerned, I've said it before. If you hate black women, you hate black people. And now I'll say this. If you are unwilling to protect your women and your children, then as far as I'm concerned, you have declared war on black people. You have declared war on black women. You have declared war on black children. If you do not want to protect your own women and your own children, you have declared war on them and you are part of the problem. That's the way I see it. Because all of this rhetoric is treacherous to me. They have the tongues of traitors, turncoats, snitches. But be aware going forward that these kind of men are out there because they're being created. And be ready to protect yourself like those women did. And they are justified because they were defending themselves and the mother was defending her daughter. That's why I said before, right? Black people need to understand the law. You can defend someone. If someone is being attacked, you can jump in there and defend them. That's why I said the black dude who the woman punted his son or field goaled his son, he should have laid her ass down. But he didn't. You should have came to the defense of your son. But you was too cowardly to do so. Now here these women came to the defense of their sister and daughter and took him out. And he should have gotten taken out. If he would have survived, I would have been on someone there. Why didn't they take him out? I'd have been talking about they should have finished him. I would have been shocked. And so you sissy bims, ultimately, this is where a lot of you are going to end up. With your twisted views on black women. With your demonic hatred for black women. Ultimately, this is where you're going to end up because you're going to be consumed by that hatred. And this may too be your fate. Jump in there, Dane. Tell me what's on your mind about this.
Well, okay. Well, if they are actually considering doing this.
Hold on, Dave. Kendra Waller wants to know, when did this happen? I think it happened, 2 days ago?
It happened.
Or a day ago?
Yeah, about a day ago.
It happened a day ago.
Let's see.
We still don't know the nationality of the man yet. We're still researching that.
Let's see.
But I'm assuming he's Caucasian.
It happened Saturday morning.
Saturday morning. They haven't posted a picture of him yet, so I'm assuming he's Caucasian. Because if he was black, his picture would have been on every damn thing. If he was black, his picture even would have been on a damn cereal box.
So would the victim.
Yeah.
Neither one of them is posted on there.
Right. So I'm assuming these women were Caucasian as well. But that's not what my concern is. My concern is the message of this sissy bin mentality. Because this is the kind of behavior that they want to engage in, and this is the kind of dangerous environment that they are trying to create for our women and children. All out attacks. This is why you got one guy going upside a woman's head with a skateboard. You got 15 boys, black boys, jumping one black girl and stealing her sneakers. This is the kind of barbarism that they want to happen to black women. They want to be able to administer this kind of barbarism to black women. That is what these guys are about. That is why they're following these Caucasians. Now, I wouldn't put it past them if that they're probably mourning this guy. They probably idolize this guy. They're probably wishing he didn't take her out right before he died. This is the kind of sick people that we're dealing with. And this sickness Exactly, pretty magic black woman. I talked about this, them creating a dangerous environment with this rhetoric. They are creating a dangerous environment. Other men are listening to this garbage. Other men who are twisted and demented and have broken emotions and a broken mind are being fueled by the shit that come out of the manospheres and the SYSBM and the red pill rage and all this other nonsense. Now, I talked about these factions before. They're nothing but shields to hide irresponsibility. When you want to ask one of these guys why they aren't doing anything in their community, they tell you, "Oh, I'm a Moor." Well, why aren't you taking care of your kids? "Oh, I'm a Hebrew Mizraelite." Well, where's that got to? Why are you not taking care of your wife? "Oh, I'm a red pillar. I'm a black pillar. I'm a man is queer." Hashtag man is queer. Somebody hashtag that up for me in the chat. Not manosphere, man is queer. Man is queer. That's what they're going to be known by over here. The man is queer. And I don't give a fuck if they don't like what I said. So, these factions are nothing but shields to hide irresponsibility, shields to hide non-accountability. These guys don't want to be accountable. They don't want to be leaders. They don't want to be blamed for anything in their community. They don't want to be assigned any kind of work to help improve the community, help raise their boys better. They don't want to do any of this shit. Uh-oh. They don't want to do any of this shit. What they want to do is they want to hide in these little factions that they call the man is queer, red pill, blue pill, Igbo, MGTOW, SYSBMs, SYSBMs. No other race of men is doing this shit. Well, maybe the white boys are, because the white boys have the original MGTOW. And then these Negroes went and made their own version of it. See how that works? They envy the Caucasian male's power. They envy his ability to do whatever he wants, when he wants to do it, however he wants to do it. And so these factions give them a false sense of power. Now, it's really sad when you're on social media claiming to be king. You're nothing in real life, but on social media, you're a king. I heard one of them flus, he's talking about, "I'm the best at this. I'm the king of this shit. Can't nobody fuck with me." Nigga, on social media? Seriously? Are you the king in real life? Can anybody fuck with you in real life? I'm willing to bet the answer to that is a big yes and no. No, you're not a king in real life. And yes, people can fuck with you in real life. So you Negroes are nobodies in the real world. So you bring your corny ass on social media, create some bogus ass group with these bullshit ideals, and you want to browbeat the shit out of us with your phony intellect. Let me explain something to you. Research doesn't mean that those thoughts are your own. So you Negroes can't think for yourself. That's why you're always researching. You got one fool running around here calling himself Mr. Research. Like his intelligence is actually real. Borrowing thoughts from other people. Regurgitating other people's thoughts from the writings that they put out. And trying to claim those writings and those thoughts as your own. And trying to pass yourself off as an intellectual. If that's the case, we all can be intellectuals. We all can do research. These guys kill me. Do the research, do the research. How about you do some damn thinking on your own, for yourself? How about you stop regurgitating other people's thoughts? How about having a fucking original thought of your own? And when you listen to them, right, they say the same shit over and over again. All they do is regurgitate Caucasian talking points. And we're supposed to respect them as intellectuals. They're supposed to be the smartest. Even though they are looking up from a losing position and doing nothing about it. For some reason, they can't okay, put it like this here. You're in a paper bag, right? And at the end, you see this big old hole to where you can get out of the paper bag. The paper bag is lying down. But for some reason, you're not smart enough to run out of the bag. Mm-hmm. So you got people looking inside the bag, like, why are you guys in this damn bag? Well, you got to do the research. We researched it. We researched that the percentage of somebody actually making it out of this bag is slim to none. We researched that not many of us can go through the bag at the same time. We researched that the closer we get to the opening of the bag, the smaller the opening gets. This is the kind of bullshit that these guys are spewing. And we're supposed to be impressed with this so-called intellect. Impress me when you actually have an original thought. I dare one of you to do a real live experiment and come to your own conclusion. Write down your own thoughts. So let's read it. This is why they talk about books so much. Because they have no real thoughts of their own. First thing they want to do is go run somewhere and do some damn research. They can't think of nothing. They can't use their own mind. They can't work their own mind. You can't put two and two together. You can't mentally can't rub two fucking nickels together. They're always running their mouth. I do the research. I do the research. And then they have these bullshit ass debates about nothing. And the debates end up with nobody winning. It's just a bunch of bullshit ass talk. Yo, he got you on that debate, yo. No, he got you. And motherfuckers be debating about bullshit like a black woman's attitude or what's good. But first of all, you guys don't have any fucking credibility to be debating about what's good for black people. You're not good for black people. Let's debate that. Let's debate how good you are for black people. None of you niggas are good for black people. Like I saw these fools trying to break down Ice Cube's contract for Black America. Mm-hmm. But you see, they don't have any contract of their own. They didn't come up with anything for Black America for their own. Because they don't give a shit about black people. They hate black people. They hate black women. But yet they can come up with some bullshit ass tenets that they think is going to give them some kind of real power. And like somebody's going to pay attention to them damn tenets in the first place. These guys are delusional at best. The fuck you think somebody's going to pay attention to those tenets? Like we supposed to respect you because you came up with some backward, corrupted, weak ass ideology. And then standing on it, trying to say that you're smarter than everyone else. And let me get to how important your factions are to black people. Let's see. How important is the manosphere to black people? I would say no importance. Because for one, they don't do shit. They don't establish anything. They don't build anything. They don't help anyone. All they do is scam black people out of cash apps, super chats. They don't talk about anything worthwhile. Keep regurgitating the goddamn past. Well, shit, after a while, you're going to sound like a goddamn expert because that's all you fucking talk about. None of them are forward thinkers. They don't think about shit in real time, today. None of them are forward thinkers. I haven't heard one forward thought from any of them motherfuckers. It's always some shit in the past. Black people need to do this. Black people did this. Black people did that. Well, if you know that, and you got all of this mighty intellect, how come you haven't solved the riddle of the Sphinx yet? You know that riddle of the Sphinx that you keep calling black people? You haven't solved it yet. You haven't did shit to try to correct the position of your people. We are losing every day. We are continuing to lose. We are losing our women. We're losing our brothers, good brothers. We're losing teenagers. 2 teenage boys just got smoked by 2 monsters with badges like their life meant absolutely nothing. Dan, can you pull up that article about the 2 Florida cops? Can you find that while I'm talking? Let me know when you got it.
Okay.
2 monsters with badges absolutely lit these 2 young boys up. Now, where was the manosphere to guide these young boys? Where was it? Where was red pillars? Where were the red pillars? See, every time we lose these young boys, I'm going to ask that question. Where are these red pillars at? Where are these Igbo dudes at? Where are these MGTOW punks? Where are these SYSBMs? Where are these manospheres? Where? They're nowhere to be found. But yet we supposed to take what they say as something credible that we can progress off of. I haven't heard shit out of any of these guys that's going to help black people progress. Nothing. But yet they're the greatest minds of our time. They know everything. And so it's time to make a change. Brothers who are listening, it's time to make a change. It's time that we start changing the narrative. It's time we start putting out positive content for our women and our children and for young brothers to get them away from these monsters that have every intent on destroying their lives by corrupting their minds and their hearts, turning them against their own grandmothers and mothers. I heard one piece of shit talking about he hated his mother, and he was trying to encourage others to do the same thing. And so these two teenage boys absolutely got lit up like a Christmas tree. Boy, them cops fired into that car like they was at the shooting range. I mean, they was bussing. I'm not sure how many bullets went into that car, but they made sure them two teenage boys was dead. And you got sissy bims and manos queers acting like nothing is going on. As a matter of fact, they probably blame the two teenage boys. They're probably blaming them right now. But yeah, we supposed to take them seriously. We're supposed to respect them. We're supposed to look at them like they some kind of group that's going to turn this thing around. Hell, many of them preach slavery. They want you to live on your knees. They want you to get along with massa. A bunch of we six. Remember that thing with Malcolm X talked about the house Negro? If the master got sick, he said, "What's the master? Master, we sick." Got a bunch of them in the manners quiz. A bunch of we six. Hobos, Sambos. And some of them Sambos are dangerous. And so we have to understand that we have to fight against this kind of negative element because it's too close to home. It's within our communities.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, Max, I found an article also with a very sad update.
Okay, speak on it, Dane. Throw it up there.
Okay. Alright.
So you got the video. Can we show the video clip? If we show the video clip, can you put the you got to do the copyright thing first.
Okay.
I want y'all to see how they lit this car up. If y'all haven't already seen it.
Okay.
And one of the cops, hold on, don't put it up yet. Put the no, do the copyright thing first.
All right.
You got to put that up there first.
Okay.
Okay, so while she's getting that together, I want y'all to see what they did. And one cop purposely put himself in front of the car, so he had an excuse to murder those boys. We can't be afraid to say what it is. And you see, and after you took the life of two young promising boys, you sit there all calm and cool and collected like nothing happened to me. Well, you know, I fear for my life. First of all, the car wouldn't even go in that fast. You're going to tell me you couldn't move out the way? Car wasn't going fast at all. How are you fearing for your life when you can move out of the way? You know, I said before that Corin Gaines was one of the worst killings I've ever seen. This is right up there with Corin Gaines. This is right up there. But what did black men do? Nothing. Fire away, Dan.
Okay. This channel may contain content not authorized for use by its owner. However, according to Section 107 of the Copyright Act of the United States, the fair use of copyrighted work for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research is not an infringement of copyright.
All right, fire up the video up. You got it.
All right.
We can't go full screen, people, so try to look at it. We'll play it one time. Now, people will say, well, they were trying to get away. Well, we're talking about teenagers. To me, it looked like they went down the wrong block and they turned around. First of all, it didn't look like they can drive. Or whoever was driving didn't look like he can drive at all. He probably didn't know where he was at. He tried to turn around. Police ran down on him talking about the car was reported stolen. Now, these prosecutors got to get. I mean, these lawyers for the family got to get on their job. The first question I want to ask, and the first evidence I want to see, the police prove, I want you to produce the call that came in and said that car was stolen. I want the 911 call. I want to hear what the 911 operator was told that led y'all to believe that that car was stolen, because I don't think no call came in. Looks all kind of fishy to me. It was a nice looking car. It wasn't no real like fancy car, but it was nice. It was clean. It was a little car. It looked brand new. But they say that they had a report. Where's that report? We want to see this report. And who was stealing cars now? Who the hell? People still steal cars? Who the hell is out here stealing cars? I thought that sounds so 1980s. I didn't think people still stole cars. Dan, you got it ready? Uh-oh. Dame, did you freeze up? Can y'all still hear me in the chat? I think she's on mute. Yeah, Auntie. I mean, where's this report? Let's produce this report. I want to see this report. Okay, I think she's ready now. Okay, that might be a little bit too small. Okay. All right, roll it, Dane. Now, that's the car in front. Now, they're following him now. To me, it looked like the driver didn't know how to drive. Now, he's backing out. He probably went into the wrong area. He's backing out. Now, they're screaming on him.
Stop the vehicle. Stop the vehicle. Stop the vehicle. Stop. 1033. Stop the vehicle, goddammit. Stop. Stop. Shut fire. Shut fire.
So he's following them right now. That's another cop. Okay, Dame is on mute. Now, I'm not sure why he's backing out at this point.
Stop the vehicle. Stop the vehicle. Stop the vehicle. Stop. 1033. Stop the vehicle, goddammit. Stop. Stop. Shut fire.
Okay, Dan, you can stop it now.
Okay.
That's enough.
Okay.
I don't want to keep seeing that. Now, there's all kinds of stuff going on talking about, well, they should have stopped the vehicle. We don't know what was going on in that car. They could have been impaired. We don't know. I'm thinking that they probably got lost, didn't know what was going on. We're talking about teenagers. Probably got lost, tried to back out. Now, when you look at the way this is set up, I don't think these officers are going to get charged with anything. I hate to say it, even though this is ugly and I don't like what happened, but I don't believe they're going to get charged with anything because the vehicle continued to move. I don't know why it continued to move. I can only speculate. They are teenagers. They could have been, I don't know, they could have been scared. I'm not sure what it is. They could have been lost. I'm not sure what it is. But they're going to get off because simply because they did yell stop several times, and the vehicle continued to move. Now, should they have opened fire? I'm not a police officer. I'm just a regular person giving you my observation. Would I have opened fire? No, I wouldn't have. I just would have tailed the car. Followed them. Well, then again, I'm not going to sit up here and speculate what I would do because I'm not in law enforcement. Tell you the truth. I'm not sure. But I don't believe I definitely wouldn't have shot him. But one, you don't even know who's all in the car. You know there's two teenagers in there. You don't know if there's a baby in the car. You don't know what's going on. But they absolutely lit that car up. Did you hear the rapid fire?
Yeah.
They was emptying clips. What's up, One Do say? Yeah, they was driving away. But they're going to say, but I think what they're trying to say now, at least what I heard from the SYSBMs, because these manners quiz, you know, they're blaming the teenage boys. And they're blaming black women. Because they're saying that these two teenage boys probably had a single mom. Okay? So.
Well,
they was driving away. They was driving away. They wouldn't have threatened. The car wasn't even going that fast. So that officer put himself in front of that car on purpose, just so he could shoot them boys. And he had a close-up shot. He fired right through the windshield. Fired right through the windshield. I want to see what Sergeant Dorsey says on this. I think she's going to do a piece on this. I would like to see what she says on this because she's a retired sergeant, and she's one of my favorite people to listen to. So I'm waiting to see if she's done a piece on this yet, to see what she says and what procedure should have been followed. It looks nasty. It looks crazy. I mean, they just opened up fire like they was at a shooting range. Damn if there was two human beings inside. And you got the SYSBMs, they're trying to blame black women, saying that this is the behavior of boys with a single mother. Okay, I gotta go. Hey, damn, I gotta go inside. Take over for me. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, the SYSBMs don't know what they're talking about then, because one of the boys, he was just picked up a minute ago from his house. Yeah, and they probably did get lost, and they just turned in the driveway to turn around. Yeah, but unfortunately, I got a very, very sad update to add to that. All right, one of the mothers of one of the two teens, um, she was slain at the burial service for her child. Oh yeah, both boys died. Kendall. Yeah, an unknown gunman fired into the crowd gathered at a Saturday afternoon burial service for a teenager who was fatally shot by a Florida sheriff deputy earlier this month, officials said. The deceased teen mother was wounded by the bullet. Florida Today reported the shooting happened as guests gathered at Riverview Memorial Garden to pay their respect to 18-year-old Sincere Pierce. Pierce and 16-year-old Angelo Combs were killed November 13th by Brevard County Sheriff Department. The shot rang out as the pastor had just finished his prayer, and the teen's friends and loved ones were placing flowers on the casket. The newspaper reported the loud popping sound was followed by stunned silence before before Kishida Pierce screamed that she'd been hit. The newspaper reported that mourners were at first slow to react before realizing what had occurred. They began rushing
Now
to
hold on,
nearby
let me.
parks. Hmm.
Now hold on 1 second. So this was the mother of one of the teens that was killed in that video we
Hmm.
just seen.
Yes.
So you mean somebody shot her while she
Yes.
was burying her son?
Yes.
Man, what is wrong with people, man? What the hell is going on? Have everybody gone crazy? What the hell is going on?
Hmm. Yeah.
You can't even bury your child. You can't even bury your loved one. People don't even have any respect for it. They don't have no respect for life. There's too many people walking around here with no regard for human life. This is why I hate these manosphere dudes, these SYSBM guys, these red pill rage guys, because they too don't have any regard for human life.
Oh, on it. This was in Florida. The two teens got killed in Florida. And what I just found out while I was pulling the article for the for the teens, I accidentally clicked on this one about the mother getting killed at the funeral.
You sure she died? Because I read that she was injured.
Okay, let me see. Let's see.
I
The
read that she
mother.
was injured. I don't know if she died, but I think she was injured.
Then why
But
did
I
they
didn't know
say
she,
slain? I gotta be
huh?
careful with them articles. Headlines. Okay, they said slain. Mother was taken to the hospital, but the severity of her injuries was not immediately known. Detectives and crime scene remained at the cemetery after, throughout afternoon Saturday. So this happened Saturday. What's going on with Saturdays? The teens, let's see, killed, let's see.
So
Uh,
you saying that the article said she was slain?
but yeah, the headline on the article says she was slain. Let's see. Let's see. Uh-huh. The sheriff said in a Facebook post that the deputy was then forced to fire. Okay, wait. Why are they getting on about that? I want the funeral. Okay, they went back. Okay. Okay. The mother was taken to the hospital, but the severity of her injuries was not immediately known.
Okay, damn. I gotta get off for a minute, but hold it down. I'll be back in about a half an hour, okay? Hold it down. Put the link out. Okay, the panel is open.
Okay.
Put the link out. I'll be
All
back in
right.
about a half an hour. I got to get off for a minute. I got to take care of this paperwork and stuff. But I will be back, okay? Put the link out in the chat. Keep it going.
All right. All right. Okay, y'all. Okay, she was rushed to the hospital. They didn't know how severe the injury is. Let's see. Said that the deputies thought the vehicle might be stolen, but the teen's family and lawyer Natalie Johnson said they had permission to use the car and called it a case of mistaken identity. Okay, I'm gonna have to look for another article on this. Let's see. Okay, let me click on see with the hashtag on her name. Oh, okay. They said she was shot on this one. 2 weeks after a teenage son was shot and killed by Florida deputies, Quashida Pierce was shot at his funeral. The 39-year-old received non-life-threatening injuries Saturday during the service in Coco YFTV report. Okay, my mistake, y'all. She was not killed. Misleading article said that she was slain. Okay. Or maybe they didn't put their quotations right. But she was shot at his funeral. Okay, let's see what the full story tell me. Okay. All right. Saturday, her 18-year-old Sincere was shot in the room. Go back to her son. The elder Pierce was injured after a 16-year-old at the funeral. Wait. So there was a case on the elder Pierce was injured after a 16-year-old at the funeral shot himself. The bullet struck his leg, then her leg. The accidental discharge took place as Monis was placed in funeral casket. Okay. I'm going to just read the whole thing out instead of trying to figure it out. 2 weeks after her teenage son was shot and killed by Florida's deputy, Quashida Pierce was shot at his funeral. The 39-year-old received non-life-threatening injuries Saturday during the service in Coco. WFTV report. Her 18-year-old son, Sincere Pierce, was fatally shot November 13th, along with a 16-year-old at Brevard County. Deputies investigated a potentially stolen car. Relatives say it was a case of mistaken identity as teens were not in a stolen car. The elder Pierce was injured after a 16-year-old at the funeral accidentally shot himself. The bullet struck his leg, then her leg. The accidental discharge took place as mourners were placing flowers on the casket, Florida Today report. Both shootings are still under investigation, with well-known civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump representing the Pierces. Okay. So she got shot, non-fatal. A 16-year-old was at the funeral, accidentally shot himself. The bullet struck his leg, then her leg. Okay, I'm not certain why a 16-year-old had a gun at a funeral, but shooks. I guess he might have been jumpy after what happened to his friends. Yeah. And it looked like the earlier article I was looking at was misleading. Yeah. Oh, I read it too fast. Mother slain Florida teen shot during Beautiful. All right. But it's not every day that somebody gets shot at a funeral, especially if it's you and you mourning your you putting your child to the grave. I've heard of people getting sick, having heart attack, having stroke. But shot is a new one for me. Okay. Okay. Hi, crew. Okay. There's a generation out there that's desensitized to black death. Yeah. I don't know if these are like the ones I knew. Yeah, they get desensitized. They get into a morbid mindset. Like they don't think they're gonna live past a certain age, and so they try to do everything before they reach that age, or or they they their life is not quite that important to them. So since their life is not important to them, uh, nobody else is too. Or they put somebody else's life before theirs. Sometimes you get those where everybody's life is important but theirs. And let something happen to the one that they think life means more than theirs, and they get crazed. Yeah, I don't know. Some of them, I think, been they too want to be gangster or hard, or they got this this twisted idea of being a man. Yeah. So so I was wrong. She was not killed. She just was shot, and it seemed to have been an accident. Yeah. So that's very traumatic. There's some trauma that went down on that funeral. Okay. Yeah. So from what my avatar voice matching my voice. Well, since I borrowed this avatar from somebody that sent it to me because she thought it was cute. Well, actually, she sent it to a whole group of us. I thought it was extra cute, so I kept it and made it my avatar. Yeah, not everybody can see the shirt all the time, but it's like I didn't choose to be black. I just got lucky. Yeah, so I don't know if she has a voice and what it sounds like. I don't know. To me, she looks like the black what's that? That pixie from um uh. But then again, it could have been this artist. There's a particular artist that do a lot of black art, and I think he did a black version of Tinkerbell, and that's what this kind of remind me of. Except she has more hair. She don't have no wings. Yeah. Yeah. She don't look like me, but hey, I like it. And the other one I have, girl who loves books. That fit me a little better because everybody in my town is so used to me having a book. They think something's wrong if I don't have one. They'd be like, "Where's your book?" "Oh, it's in my purse." "Okay." I was beginning to think something was wrong with you. I told you sound like you. Uh-huh. I don't be thinking I sound like me. Then everybody thinks that they don't like the sound of their own voice. And since I'm guilty of the same thing. Ah. Oh, that's because I was babysit, talk to, had conversation with a lot of elderly ladies. Yeah. And if there was stuff they didn't want me to hear, they switched to French. Which is weird. I didn't learn French. I don't have a French accent. Although if I'm hanging around with some bunch of people that speak French for a long period of time, I will develop one. I have friends that say, no, no, no. Mostly those from out of state. No, it sounds like you got a French accent. I like, if you say so. I don't see how. When I was learning how to talk, let me see. When I was 8 months, my mom moved to California. But when I was learning how to talk, I was in California. And then when my mom was leaving my stepdad and was making her way to back home, we stayed with relatives in Texas. So if I stay a place long enough and there's some accents, I'm gonna pick them up. Especially as a kid, it's a lot easier. Then when made it to Louisiana, no, I do not speak French. I know parlez-vous français, but no. Uh-huh. I used to know my numbers in French, but it's a long time. I forgot. And I know certain kiddie songs like Farrah Jacques, Farrah Jacques, Mon Rêve, Mon Rêve. Anyway, but as I said, it's fading and fading, and it gets twisted. I used to know a few curse words in French because there was this old man who was drunk, and he would fall down in the ditch, and he would be asking for help. And we've been told, don't you go in no ditch and help a grown man out. You cannot help him. He could pull you down, or he could be doing that on purpose to get his hands on you. So what would happen is we would run to whatever adult was in the area and tell them Mr. So-and-so, I can't not remember that man name for nothing, fell in the ditch. And he needs some help getting out. And because we just standing around looking at him, waiting for an adult to come, so he could see so they can see where he's at, he curses out, call us little B words. But I didn't know that because I didn't speak French. But my friends whose grandfather and mother spoke French, they knew the curse words. And it's like, oh, Mom, he called us a little B word. I ain't gonna say it. I'm just telling you what he said. And she said, well, leave him in the ditch then. Come on, y'all. And the boys in the neighborhood left him at the mercy of the boys of the neighborhood, who, of course, thought it was funny as heck and would throw leaves and stick at him, especially once my friend's mom realized he's calling us little B words and made us leave. See, we kept the boys at bay until one of the men got there to get him out of the ditch. But it made the boys behave and stop messing with him. But once my friend's mom drew us away because, okay, if he gonna call us the B word when we trying to help him, let him get what he gonna get. And she walked away, left them at the mercy of the boys. And then when the men are fussing, why are you doing that? He called so and so and so and so little bees. And he said it in French, and then he said it again. And it's like, man, if I hadn't promised them girls I was gonna come and help you, I'd leave you in there. let's see. You talked to me. Oh, okay. Last 2 years I had 6 months off. I had to take 6 months of you to keep me up all night talking. I sleep to Dame, wake up to Dame. Yeah. Oh, hey, what did you cook for Thanksgiving this year? Or because last time we was swapping, we was talking about recipes and stuff. Did you ever get around to making them pies? Yeah. Don't worry, everybody. I'm not gonna start talking about recipes. I just was asking. Yeah. 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 So yeah. Yeah. So. Mhm. So yeah, we was taught not to, help no grown man fall in the ditch. That man fell in that ditch. I don't that one or one other one so many times. One time we thought he had died. He went to sleep. He fell like sometime in the wee hours of the morning or something like that, and fell in the ditch and went to sleep. Yeah. Now I had an uncle who was an alcoholic, but he ain't never fell in the ditch or went to sleep in the ditch. He wrecked a few cars. Nope, didn't hurt anybody. Um, Let me see. He had to walk home a few times. Okay, turkey breast, slow cooker, rice, potatoes, beans, macaroni. You still got. Oh, you still had you still got last year pie shells in the freezer. Pie shell. They might be freezer burn. You might not want to make no pies with them now that you're going into the second year. And yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah. So the men in the community was always looking out for his kids. What do you think I was told? Hey, don't you go in there. Okay, there was a little store near a canal. Well, it's not there any longer. Um, where this ditch was that he fell in front of, deep ditches, because these ditches lead the water towards the canal, so they ran deep. And yeah, and um, one of the girls had went to go get him, as we was trying to figure out how to make our way down to go get him, because as I said, it's a deep ditch. And I was like, oh, I really don't want to do it because I don't trust men that are drunk, especially old men that are drunk. Yeah. In fact, drunk old men is one of the reasons why I never wanted to go into the clubs. Oh, I went to the clubs kind of late while my friends were trying to sneak in at 15 and 16, 17, until they became legal at 18. There was some clubs they can go to. Yeah. And yeah, I wasn't interested. I could care less. I was like, no way, be trapped by drunk, dirty old men. Are you crazy? I didn't even like going in there to get beers for my mom or a certain family adults. Yes, the bars would be open, but not necessarily for business. They be stocking up, cleaning up, and stuff like that during the day. Well, one of my mom's hairdressers was across the street from the bar. Yes, this was, even though the drinking age was legal at 18, you can actually go into the stores and the bars and buy beer for your parents. Your parents will give you a few bucks or a couple of bucks and send you to go buy beer. And most kids would do it because they got to keep the change. and they can go just down the street from the bar and hit the little candy stores or little stores that just had, they had food, but let's face it, it was just snack stuff. It's not like grocery stores or something. No, I ain't gonna get preggo. You gonna get knocked in the head, and I'm gonna roll you for your wallet. Not that I do that to drunks. I don't want to get close enough to them to roll them for their wallet. But hey, that's what's gonna happen to you. Try to get me pregnant. You ain't gonna get a chance to get me preggo, and I'm gonna knock you in the head and roll you for your wallet. Figure you owe me for the indignation. Yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, kind of. Our kids grew up looking kind of down on drunks because you can roll drunks, you can take advantage of drunks. Last thing you want to be is a drunk, you know. Okay, now we gotten off the story. Okay, the story was about SYSBMs. Started off with SYSBM getting what they deserved. The SYSBM got killed, trying to kill his estranged ex, broke in, tried to choke the life out of her. Her family, her mom and her sister tried to get him off her. It didn't work. So they had to grab a weapon. One grabbed a golf club, the other one grabbed a knife. They beat him. It still wasn't stopping. So I had to stab him. Self-preservation is the law of nature. Yeah. Okay. Then we move on into the two boys that got killed by the cops. Nothing to do with the SYSBM. It's just, we're talking about how bad the world has come and how no one seemed to be saddened or concerned about these two boys that got killed. Then while I was pulling that information, I run across what I thought was mother got slain. The mother teenage Florida teens got slain, but no, she got shot. Hey, Marsha M. Okay, so I almost want to go into this other thing, but I gotta find an article for a YouTuber that we know had found had discussed it. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it again. Okay, see if I can find kill. Let's see. I just read it. I just saw the thing today. Ooh, I mean, what? Ooh, dang. Oh, okay. I think this is it because I think he's a DC police officer. Let's see. Okay. Let me see if they give me a picture. Oh, yeah, I think this is it. Police DC officer killed by wife and apparent murder-suicide. Authorities say a Maryland woman fatally shot her police officer husband, then killed herself. Yeah, Maryland woman then killed herself. The Charles County Sheriff Office said the police found two people dead inside their home in Waldorf on Friday. Police said they found evidence that the woman had shot her husband and herself. Authorities identified the couple as Christine Lynn Francis, 41, and Timothy Eugene Francis, 50. News outlets said Timothy Francis was a veteran detective for from the Metropolitan Police Department in Washington, D.C. Mourning the tragic loss of our colleague and friend extreme difficulty, MPD Chief Peter Newshaw said in a statement according to MTOP. Detective Francis spent 2 decades protecting the community from violence, and to learn that he was a victim of homicide is heartbreaking. Now it's like, okay, what that got to do with this? Okay, I was hoping to have the picture out. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna have to dig it up, the picture. But the reason why this is so interesting, this is a black officer who's married to his snow bunny. Yeah, swirling doesn't pay. Okay, so y'all know about this. Yeah. She decided to kill him and kill herself. I think maybe their marriage was starting to deteriorate, and she believed they belonged together, and voila. So voila, she oh shucks, not the one I'm looking for. Okay, I'm gonna have to open them all then. Yeah. So, since since SYSBMs are the main ones, one of the main groups in the manosphere that advocates swirling. Well, actually, they all do it in their own way. But hey, you might want to think about it for a moment before you do that. Yeah, he married Alabaster Gold. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, oh my goodness. Okay. I think I might have found the picture. Let's see. Okay. Okay. I wanted that big one, but hey, oh, there's a video. Oh, okay. Well, let's go all out. Listen to the video. Shoots. Okay. Share screen. Chrome tab. Share audio. Let's see. This is the officer. And let's see what they say in here. Homicide, fatally killed. My wife were both found dead on November 27th. Hey, Thanksgiving? Evidence. Okay, I thought they was gonna be talking, but the shooting took place roughly 12 hours after Christine posted a video of the couple's 2017 wedding in California. The post indicated trouble in the marriage. Christina wrote that the couple belonged together always. Timothy was described as a family man who loved life and loved his children. Okay.
The key to protecting someone's future is
all
never
right.
forgetting
Stop the video.
I was built.
Okay, let me stop.
This field taught me persistence, hard work, and how to grind it out.
even when you felt broken. I'll never forget Main Street and the people who created my character. And I'll always be there for someone.
It's one of them videos that won't let me stop it.
Your lawyers,
okay, skip. All right. Okay. Yeah. So there was some problems in the marriage, and she decided we meant to stay together forever. Okay, I found the one where there's a picture of of both of them. Yeah, knowing them dudes, they're gonna say, no, that's Snow Bunny, not my Snow Bunny. She would never do that. She loves me. All right. This is the picture of them, both of them. Yeah, don't they look nice? Yep, but behind that is some crazy. Yeah, so I ain't saying he got what he deserved, but don't think it's gonna be any easier or any better because you got your snare buddy. All right. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I always, if you want to go out of this world, I always figured, okay, you want to commit suicide, I can't stop you. But why you got to take other people with you? Yeah, she just didn't want to see him with another woman. So she's going to make sure they're going to be forever together forever. But if she remember the vows, it's till death do us part. So you just parted him from you faster. By killing them off, y'all not gonna still be married on the other side. And shoot, so y'all gonna be separated because you killed him. And so that means you did murder. You didn't repent of it. So you know where you going. And then you commit suicide. You do not have the right to take anybody's life, let alone yours. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, just okay. Talking. Okay. I guess everybody's at work today. Nobody's coming up on the panel. All right. Yeah, the kids always seem to live, but I was slaughtered. Yeah. I was a little concerned by a young man today. Not that he gets into any trouble, but he has friends that get into trouble with each other. And he be trying to be the peacemaker between the two. He's friends with two dudes that don't necessarily get along. And his mom be freaking out. But I know why she's freaking out. She's worried that one or the other of them is gonna try to shoot the other, and he's gonna get caught in the middle, or he's gonna be hanging with one that did somebody wrong, and the people decide we're gonna pay him back by doing a drive-by, and he's gonna get caught in the crossfire. Yeah, so drive-bys and it's kind of new from my community. Yeah, we didn't have drive-bys until about last couple of years. We had shooting, but not, somebody driving by shooting, trying to gun somebody down while they driving. We had stuff where, kind of like some people get an argument where they'll pull a gun, shoot.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey, yeah,
What's going on?
I was just telling them about the DC cop that got killed by his snow bunny.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, you keep putting out all this negative energy, it comes back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these fools keep putting all of this negative energy out here. Hold on 1 second here. I'm trying to back up.
Yeah.
Oh, let me go on mute real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. Can't kill nothing in this country, even if you try to kill yourself. And don't kill yourself, you are going to get charged. Wait a minute. So if you tried to kill yourself and somehow you managed to survive it, you're going to get charged, Kendall. Oh, yeah. As for you, SYSBM, that might be listening in the bushes or the clouds or whatever y'all listening. Okay, you thinking that you're going to be safer with your snow bunny, but you might be in even more danger. Especially if you decide to leave her for another, because to be with you, she is not considered a woman of value in her community anymore. So if you leave her, she has even lower value. So it ain't going to happen. So she's going to have to make sure you can't leave her. Yeah, they be tripping. Yeah, well, not that I have one. I even told some people I knew, hey, don't come to me if you want assist to suicide. I am not the person. I do not believe that. And if you say I'm in pain, that means you're alive. Yeah. Are you saying, oh no, you'll be able to do it once you see someone you love in pain? I've seen someone I love in pain. And all I was thinking is, well, for God to end it, because I ain't doing it. Not that any of my relatives are like that. My relatives would do everything to stay alive. I even asked my grandfather, because we was going over the let me see, uh do not resuscitate order, and all kind of other stuff for medical stuff, and so me and my other aunt was explaining to him what they meant by this. Oh, okay. Oh, so that's why they always trying to take the shoelaces and the belt and stuff like that from people they lock up so they can't commit suicide. Unless they putting the people in the jail naked, trust me, they're gonna find a way. Shooks. In a bare room. And if they really determine they can bang their head against the wall or against the bars hard enough and long enough, they might be brain damaged if they survive it, but hey, they do it right, they can kill themselves. But anyway, if the person is really determined to commit suicide, you can't stop them. That's why I say I'm not assisting them. You really wanted to commit suicide, you gonna find a way, but I ain't helping you. Yeah, so he was like, when he understood, oh no, he said, wait. First he thought if he was brain dead, like he's in a coma or something. So my grandfather was like, what? He said, well, if I'm dead medically, stop wasting all that money trying to keep my body alive. Let me go. I said, no, Big Dad. We're asking if you are alive, but you're just in a coma, you can't speak for yourself or do anything. Do you want them, if something happened, not to resuscitate you or unplug you from the machine? He's like, no, keep me plugged in. Throw everything in the kitchen sink in it too. I was like, so yeah, my grandfather was 80 years old, and he was determined to live. Yeah. So, to me, that's not natural. Something is wrong. If you thinking of suicide, you plan on suicide, something's wrong.
Well,
That's why you should see
you have to look at it this way.
Uh-huh.
With the way society is right now, right? Too many people are talking about negative stuff. There's so much negative energy out here that some people feel that they don't have anything to live for anymore. I mean, there's so many disparaging things. People are being humiliated. Their families are being doxxed. And their personal lives are being put on display. People's children are being put in harm's way. And nothing seems to be, no one seems to be doing anything about it. And so after a while, people tend to believe that there's nothing anyone could do, and that, they start to lose hope. And so they can have suicidal thoughts, or they can have homicidal thoughts. That's what I say, you got to be careful who you doing things to. Doxing people's children and putting their kids out there, man, that's serious fire you're playing with.
Yeah.
You have to be out of your mind. You see, the era I come from, man, people will take you out for messing with their kids. And so you got to be careful who you doxing. You don't mess around and dox the wrong person. And you're going to be in a world of hurt. People don't want their personal lives out there. People are private. A lot of people are private. And then it's not like the 70s. Like I said, back in the 60s and 70s, there was a high the quality of black people was extremely high. They cared about each other. They cared about each other's kids. They were raising each other's kids. It was a strong sense of family. When somebody called you brother, they really meant it. They wasn't just saying it because it sounded good. It was some cool shit to say. No, they actually really meant that. Somebody called you sister, they actually really meant that. Okay? People would let you stay in their homes if they saw that you had nowhere to go and you couldn't eat or you was hungry. People would bring you into their homes and feed you. If you were struggling with the kids, people would offer to babysit. They did all kinds of things. I can't tell you how many times we had children from the block in our house because our parents was watching them for the neighbors. Black people did things like that back then for each other. They cared about each other, man. They helped each other. Nowadays, these black folks done screwed all that up. These black folks don't care about anybody. A lot of black folks don't care about nothing. They think it's funny that people's private lives are being exposed. They think it's funny that people's children are being put in danger. They are amusing themselves off the pain and suffering of other black people. Yeah, this has become a form of entertainment for us. So that tells you how much we've gone backwards in our mentality, in our compassion, our emotions. We've gone backwards. It's a joke. I mean, I sat up here one time and watched people dox each other like crazy. Talk about people's kids like a dog. I mean, as a grown adult, you ought to be ashamed of yourself doing that to somebody's child. You know, I mean, and then the other issue I had was this, right? The other issue I had was this. They say, well, okay, he did that to my kids, so I'm doing that to his kids. Well, neither one of you should be doing it to either one's kids. Shouldn't be doing none of it. None of you should be doing it. Okay?
Yeah.
If you can't settle your differences, you should be able to settle your differences with another adult, like a grown ass adult. Don't bring people's children into your mess. But this is what we are now. You know, we've been reduced to some form of people that just, you know, all we got left is the destruction of each other for entertainment. Yeah. That's all we got left. And so if that's what you have left, where's the high value in that? You got all of this shit going on. And you got selfish Negroes talking about their high value, talking about black women are overweight, talking about black women need to compete. Compete with who? What? Compete with who? Who and for what? Who is she competing for? A SYSBM?
Yep.
A man is queer?
Uh-huh.
A red pillar?
Yep.
A MGTOW?
Mm-hmm.
A Hebrew Mizraelite?
Maybe.
A fake ass Moor?
I hope not.
Some dude who thinks he's Egyptian who was born in fucking Buffalo, but somehow thinks he's fucking Egyptian.
A booby
I mean, you know, I'm just telling you, man, we have become clowns. Clowns are reality. The men are clowns. Talking about black women need to compete. Compete for what and for whom?
The so-called high-value male, which is a secret zonk.
A high value. What is a high value male?
In their crazy minds, who knows?
Somebody have a definition of a high value male. What is that supposed to be?
I have no idea. Their idea of a high-value male is not mine.
This shit is ridiculous, man. I mean, and they claim that they have all of these exotic women, all of these foreign women falling all over themselves. Man, get the F out of here, man. You guys are going try to solicit prostitutes from foreign countries. A lot of these countries got strong family traditions. They don't want no outsiders in their family. And if you are getting one of these foreign women, she's already been ousted. 9 times out of 10, she's already been ousted from her family. A lot of foreign companies, right, frown on prostitution. So you think you're going to get Mei Ling, who's a prostitute from Japan? Well, she's probably been disowned by her family. I don't want you sorry niggas in their family. You can't take care of your own. The hell you gonna go over some other woman and screw her life up? And you can tell, like, one of them was on here and he had this girl in the background, right? And she's snickering and shit. Okay, she probably hates black people. And he's fueling her hatred. He's fueling it. Now, he claims he has mixed children. He loves his children. What if she gets mad at the black side of the kid? So you got the Asian side is the left side and the right side is the black side. When she gets mad at the kid, what is she always slapping him up on the right side of his head? What if she always kicking him on the right side of his body? That's the black side. And you know, and the thing about it is, you're probably calling them the N-word. Probably calling his own children half-breeds, half Negroes. You're probably mad because a family don't want her anymore. And so, like you said, they're already at the bottom of the totem pole, right? So if they lose a SYSBM, then they have no value at all. I mean, they showing prostitutes. They got videos of prostitutes. That's what these guys are. These guys are hell-bent on sex. That's all they care about. They don't care about these boys out here getting killed. They don't care about these women out here getting killed. They don't care about none of these damn laws unless it helps them get out of paying child support. It's the only damn thing they give a damn about. And they just want to have sex with women and not be responsible for anything. And you saying the black woman is supposed to compete with that? That's nothing to compete for. Okay? And what are you asking her to compete for anyway? She must not be competing for you because she don't find you interesting or worthy to compete over. So now you're trying to, guilt her into competing for you? I'm still trying to figure out what the hell are they supposed to be competing for? That's what I can't figure out. Surely they don't want her to compete for them. They have to be out of their goddamn mind. What the fuck are y'all talking about?
That's what they said.
Compete for you, Clint? Seriously? Wow. Talk about nerve. Wow. Wow, that's blasphemous. Seriously, that's blasphemous. So how many women in here want to compete for a man that's queer? Any takers? Anybody saying anything in the chat? I can't see the chat right now, Dan. Any takers on that?
We gotta give them a few seconds. They're a little bit behind us.
Any of you ladies want to compete for a man that's queer or a red pill or Hebrew Mizraelite? And them Hebrew Mizraelites are some of the worst pieces of crap I've ever seen, man. And here's the deal, right? You got other races of men out here building, making laws, getting into places where it count, like law enforcement, military, and things like that, so they can take care of their people. What Negroes are doing out here, creating these phony factions, spewing science, fake ass science, running around here with turbans and shit, all mixed up in culture, talking about we need to go to a higher state of consciousness. Seriously. That's what they're doing. They're not building anything, not building any schools, not building any institutions of employment, any institutions of health. Our black women, pregnant black women, have some of the worst health care in this country. Where are our medical institutions so that we can give our pregnant black women better health care? You guys are sitting out here arguing in the goddamn street about Kundalini energy. Our pregnant black women have the worst health care in the fucking country. And y'all in the street arguing about Kundalini energy. Chakras and shit. Vibrations. The phoniness is incredible. Oh, I don't want to talk to you because you want a low vibration. Talking about they vibrate on a higher frequency because they read a few pages in the book and quoted someone who wrote the damn book. Now all of a sudden, they want to vibrate on a high frequency. Mm-hmm. And if you don't agree with what they say, you vibrate on a low frequency. This is the bullshit that we are doing. We are in trouble as black people. We are being targeted, shot down. We're getting our ass kicked at every turn. Our children are not in a safe environment. We just lost 2 young boys to a couple of monsters with badges. We're losing our black women. Our black women are being murdered. But you're running around here talking about a higher state of consciousness, chakra, and vibrations. And you wonder why nobody takes us seriously. You wonder why we are laughing stock as black men, as men, period. You don't even give a damn about what's happening to your race of people. I don't see no debates on what the fuck they're going to do to help their black people. And they're supposed to have all of the answers, right? They are the smart ones, according to them. They have these intellectual debates over and over and over. So when are we going to benefit from this high frequency intellect? You care to use it to help us out? And I don't want to hear nothing about, well, I'm bringing y'all information. You're not bringing us a goddamn thing. And by the way, you're not doing anything when you say you're bringing us information. When are you Negroes going to do something that actually count? When are you going to actually help somebody black? When are you going to actually help change somebody's life? When are you going to get your hands dirty and get in this community and handle up with these young boys and start raising them to be proper men? Start teaching them how to be gentlemen and not hate women. When are you going to build institutions so that our women and children and men may be gainfully employed? You keep complaining about what the white man's got going on in his businesses. Those are his businesses. If he wants you to cut your hair, well, those are his businesses. You don't like it, don't work for him. If you build your own institutions of employment, factories and whatnot, you wouldn't have to worry about cutting your damn hair. We're gonna sit up here and complain about what the white man's doing in his business. You need to get a business of your own and grow it and hire black people that you can wear your hair however you want. Now, we had some fool come on here one time talking about see, if I was in charge of black people, I'd have black people buy a bunch of supermarkets. Remember that, Dame? Dame? Okay, where did she go? Yeah, we had some fool come on here one time talking about if he had black people, he had them buy a chain of supermarkets. Like somebody just going to sell you a chain of supermarkets. This is the type of foolishness that a lot of black dudes are caught up in. Unrealistic shit. And then when shit hit the fan, they start lying because they understand that they're worthless and they're supposed to be out there in the community standing strong and standing tall for their people, right? They tell you, well, shit, I had boots on the ground. Got boots on the ground, too. Everybody walking outside got boots on the ground. So what's your point? Uh-oh. Did I fall off? Jane.
Yeah.
What'd you do? Fall asleep?
I was getting there.
Okay.
But
All right.
yeah, but yeah, so these dudes, oh my
No, what
goodness.
I'm saying is that these guys are comical, man. You don't do anything for black people. You haven't done anything. You don't have any solutions. All you do is talk about problems, and you are part of the problem. Having these endless debates about nothing. Tooting your own horn. Feeling good about yourself, feeling yourself because somebody thinks that you're intelligent. What about if somebody thinks that you are progressive? What about if somebody thinks that you are a producer? You guys produce nothing but bullshit. All you do is talk. There's nothing behind your talk. Keep having these dumbass fucking debates. Wasting our time. Serious, man. High frequencies, low frequencies. High. What gets me to really is the scaredy cats who run around. You see, people, when you are a coward, you see, when a man gets his manhood taken and become a coward, right? He's looking for any kind of opportunity to create a different image that he wants you to believe in. And once he gets you to believe in that image, right, he becomes that image, and then you won't realize that he's a coward. So when you scared to death, you start talking about, hey, man, it's somebody going to talking about, hey, the Proud Boys just ran through your neighborhood, shot everybody up. What you going to do about it? Oh, well, they vibrate on a low frequency. I'm on a higher frequency than them. I'm going to operate on a higher state of consciousness. See, that's the way a coward talk. That's not some high evolutionary or visionary. That's a goddamn coward. That's not some scholar or some sage or the next person that's going to reinvent the wheel. He's none of that. That's nothing but a coward. Start telling you all this shit. Well, we're on a higher state of consciousness. We're vibrating at 260 kilohertz or megahertz. And it's quantum physics. You know how long they went around talking about quantum physics and none of them knew fucking quantum physics? That was in every goddamn discussion. Oh, it's quantum physics. It's quantum physics. And then what was the word they jumped on? Holistically.
Oh, I had so much fun making fun of that.
See, when you're a coward and you don't have the goddamn fortitude, right? You don't have a nutsack. Excuse my, forgive me, ladies. I usually don't talk like this, but when you don't have a set of balls, you start coming up with words like holistically, terms like higher state of consciousness. You start wearing turbans and shit and trying to appropriate foreign culture. You start babbling about frequencies. It's cowards. They think walking around here on some fake pseudo-intellectual shit is going to get us out of this. They think if they walk around here wearing a fucking Indian head wrap, looking like a damn fool, looking like Osama bin Laden and them, right? That somehow that's going to get us out of this. These niggas are walking around dressing like they members of the goddamn Taliban. Talking about they're on a higher state of consciousness and they vibrating on high frequencies. No, what you're vibrating on is cowardice. And the higher state of consciousness you on, that's cowardice too. Too afraid to do anything. Mm-hmm. You're too afraid to help out your children. You're too afraid to help out your wife, the black woman, the black child. You don't want to be held accountable for nothing. You're scared of every goddamn thing. Since when is it a higher state of consciousness to be afraid of every goddamn thing? Everything. Mm-hmm. They're even afraid of being black. These guys don't even want to say they're black. They don't even want to identify with being black. They're afraid of that too. Mm-mm. And all they do in these goddamn factions is talk shit. Read books and have goddamn fights over who has more knowledge about bullshit. They call it knowledge of self. I call it knowledge of shit. You know, when I was in the conscious community, right? Mm-hmm. All these niggas did was fucking fight and debate all the goddamn time about the Bible, the Quran, the Torah. And I mean getting into nasty ass fights. They're not fighting about what to do for black people. They're fighting about history that they really don't understand. Uh-huh. How the hell are you going to get groups of people together? All the fuck y'all do is get up on goddamn social media and have fucking debates. Mm-hmm. You got 500 members, i.e. fucking York. What's his name? Fucking York's son. They got all these goddamn members and these fucking New Wabians or new, I think they're called New Wabians. I don't know, whatever the hell it is. Mm-hmm. All these fucking members, and you can't do nothing with these boys? You can't do nothing with these men? If I had 500 men, we'd be building a city by now. We damn sure wouldn't be on social media having stupid ass debates about fucked up history that you don't even understand. Okay. We damn sure wouldn't be on social media talking about chakras and Kundalini energy and higher frequencies. No, we will be getting to work, tool belts and all. How the hell are you going to have all these people down with you and y'all sit around and do nothing? Mm-hmm. Talk about nothing. Think about nothing. Do absolutely nothing. Talking about you bringing the people the information. Nigga, do something for real. They kill me with that shit. Well, I'm bringing the people the information. Y'all should thank me. Thank you for what? Doing nothing? These guys want to be thanked for doing nothing. Mm-hmm. And don't get me started, man. The conscious community is BS too. Signet over there scamming black folks. Garfield over there scamming black. How you gonna get somebody $200? How you gonna get somebody $2,500 for a credit repair that tells you he's from the Dagger Squad? Oh, not a reputable business. Not Simon and Schuster or any other reputable business that can probably do that. No, the Dagger Squad. How are you giving $2,500 for a credit repair to somebody that tells you he is from the Dagger Squad? The
What's the
Dagger Squad.
What's the Dagger Squad?
Some old group Garfield got over there.
Oh, well, because so many of Kendall said, because so many of us are more immersed in ego than actual tangible solutions.
Yeah, but the Dagger Squad thing. I mean, that wouldn't give you pause. Like, what do you mean what is the Dagger Squad? Is that a reputable business? Can I look them up? Do you have a Better Business Bureau report? Who is the Dagger Squad? A gang?
That's what I'm thinking. Or a motorcycle
And then you got people who fall for this crap, and they're calling talking about, yeah, man, they got us, man. Yeah. I mean, he told you he was from the Dagger Squad, and you still gave him $2,500 for credit repair from the Dagger Squad.
Mm-hmm.
You got Brother Polite out there scamming people out of thousands of dollars. Sonnet is a bum too. All them guys are scam artists. The conscious community is nothing but a scam. It is corrupted and filled from top to bottom with scam artists.
Wow.
They are nothing but scammers. There's not a truth teller amongst them. There's not a righteous person amongst them over there. They are all scammers. All they do is scam. This bullshit that they talking.
Well, Max, hold on a second. You're Borgin. Sorry, you're Borgin, Max.
I heard you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now you're sounding better.
I would take. Yeah, and so they want you to reward them for them doing some unnecessary research about nothing, about something that doesn't do us any good. So you got somebody who knows something called the coffin text. You got another person who knows the metaneta. They're arguing back and forth about the metaneta has never been deciphered. Who gives a F? How is that going to help our children? How is that going to help Black people right now? It's not. These guys are arguing back and forth over nothing. Nothing that is going to help us win as people.
Mm-hmm.
And then they want you to give them cash apps. Super chats. I mean, these people, they treat you like you are a consumer. They don't treat you like you are a people that need help, that somebody should be helping. No, they treat you like a consumer. Every 5 minutes, yo, hit those likes, hit that cash app.
Mm-hmm.
And some Negroes have even gone as far as telling you that they're giving you financial courses with an early bird special. Who does that? A financial course with an early bird special? Come on, Black people. Mm-hmm. Gotta wake up. Gotta wake up. Gotta wake up, man.
Be the real woke, not the fake woke.
Yeah, you gotta wake up, man. This is BS. These guys are just scamming the crap out of people, and then they get big on YouTube from your support, and then they turn around and talk to you like your children. You ever how these guys talk? They talk to you like you don't have a brain in your head. They talk to you like your children, like you have to be led by the hand, and then they threaten you. Some of them even go so far as to say, well, I ain't gonna do no live stream, but y'all don't donate.
Mm-hmm.
And what do Black people do? They go and donate because they kind of hooked into this terrible mentality of listening to this BS. And make no mistake, that's exactly what it is. It's BS. Well, Nay.
Yeah.
How you feeling? You want to call it a night?
Yes, unless somebody wants to come up and chat with you, but you know, nobody's up to doing it. Let's call it a night.
Actually, Melanated Misfit, they worse than the church. They worse than the church. At least the church will offer you some kind of prayer.
Comfort.
At least you can come up. Yeah. At least you can come up to the front and at least get a prayer from the pastor. If these guys, they ain't giving you nothing.
Mm-hmm. And
they're not doing anything for you.
Yeah, at least a good church should be helping out his community.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember they did a show called Kemet on Trial, and they made over $1 million on that. These guys sold pay-per-view views.
You kidding?
And when you go look at it, Kemet on Trial, it wasn't about shit. It was the same shit that they always been talking about. They always been fighting over evolution, the Egyptians, Kemet, the Metanetta. That's it. They're not even talking about black people.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, they ain't even talking about black people. They're up there to show, and then to have an award show. What killed me was they actually had their own award show. You got an award for spewing the most bullshit. Absolute disgrace. Mm-hmm. And then they get mad at the baby. Come on, y'all got to donate. Y'all got to donate. Talk to you like you shit. Conscious community is a piece of shit. That's why the old heads left. They saw what the conscious community had become, and they distanced themselves from it. Chris York is a bum too with his new Wabians. You got all of these men, and y'all aren't doing a damn thing. All he wants to do is sit up there and take these guys' money for being a goddamn new Wabian and ride around in luxury cars and shit. It's you know what? Melody Misfit is right. It's a church hustle. It's just done a different way. Mm-hmm. It's a church hustle. Mm-hmm. There was a man called Yahweh Ben Yahweh over Miami, right? He had, before he became Yahweh Ben Yahweh, he graduated college with an economic degree, right? So he was looking around. I don't know if he got kicked out of corporate America or whatever. He was looking around for something to do. And then he realized he came across somebody with a Bible or something. And he realized that he can preach the Bible to black people and get paid. And that's how he became Yahweh Ben Yahweh. And the things that he was doing, he was having sex with people's wives. How disrespectful for a man to take another man's wife virginity. There were no real men in that organization. There was nothing but an organization of cowards. You let another man take your wife's virginity? You let another man sleep with your wife? You just got married? You let another man sleep with your wife, and you don't do anything about it, and you okay with it because he called himself Yahweh bin Yahweh, some fake ass a luminary. There wasn't no men in that organization. They were all cowards.
Okay.
All right. Gonna leave it up for about another 20 minutes. Anybody want to come on up? Come on up. Now is the time. We're gonna wait 20 minutes. Nobody comes up. We're gonna shut it down. So Dan, get the music ready.
All right.
Yeah, y'all.
I'm putting the link in the chat. Okay.
Yeah, y'all. So, you know, we got to do better. Now, we getting ready to do some new shows. We got some new things coming up. We got some new flavor coming your way. We don't want to announce it yet because people will steal it and then try to say it's theirs. They already stole our song life, you know. So we're trying to keep our creativity under hatch until we're ready to unleash it. But we got a couple of new shows coming up for y'all. We're going to do something different on Ladies Night. We got a couple of new things coming up on Ladies Night. So we also got Team Black Star coming, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we got some things we're going to be doing. Getting ready to ramp it up a little bit, y'all, as we continue to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to say one more thing before I get out of here. These SYSBMs, these manners queers and all that, they are a blight on Black society. They are a blight. These are men that do not deserve the respect of real men. And they don't deserve the love of the women that they hate so much. And we got to wake up, man. We got to stop allowing ourselves to be scammed by these people. We got to wake up.
Yeah.
Dan, you want to say something?
Okay. Think about it, y'all. These guys have been up here 5 years, and they haven't come with a solution. Some of these even the Manosphere group.
Hey, you know what? And I don't. Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand that because they're supposed to be so smart. Aren't they these high intellectuals? That's what I keep hearing, how smart they are. I keep talking about how they the best who ever did it and they the smartest people around. You're going to tell me with all that intelligence you can't find a solution?
Shucks. They can't even say what they're doing in their own community. At least some YouTubers, they doing what solutions they can in their community. You know, they backing certain programs, they participating in mentoring, and they're doing all kind of stuff. These dudes don't say what they're doing, or they don't show what they're doing. You know, they say I'll do this and I do that, but they never show it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man. All right, everybody. Shout out to the chat. Thanks for everybody for coming. I wasn't going to do nothing tonight. You know, this was just a spur of the moment thing because I got triggered by what I saw about the SYSBM getting what he deserved and the two young boys that was murdered in cold blood by those two monsters. And I just had to say something. This wasn't really a planned show.
Mm-hmm.
So I just came on here on the whim just to get my how I felt out about what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
And to shit on the SYSBMs that's creating this kind of dangerous environment for our women. Now, again, I don't know what nationality the women were, but that's not my concern. My concern is the rhetoric that's creating those kind of lunatics that attack that woman.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody. Hey, Dame, hit the music. All right, everybody. We'll see you probably on Ladies Night. I might not do a podcast this week. I might, you know.
Yeah, son.
We'll see what happens.
Kids out there getting crazy for the 9 Fest.
All right, everybody. Thanks for showing up. Peace, power, and unity.
Alright. And this is the year when mad cats get peeled. So I'ma spark this line, kick the rib.
Bang him out.
With all this chaos in the realms of the street, your local street dog got to make ends meet. The average Joe's far too slow for the ghetto pro. You better know, when I hit the streets, I like to glow, I like to glisten. And at the same time, stay low, listen, motherfuck the thing. I'm pursuing the dope. My stilo is symbolic to a kilo. Cash is popping, coke is cooking, beef is copping. Ain't that some shit? A player that's used to living rich is now a sticky kid. Caught up in a ditch. In 94, Giuliani kicked down the door. In 95, niggas flip to stay alive. Peeling caps while I laugh. In the stats, the flow in the half. Remy in the glass, spark the bomb, then I blast. They wanna confine me, sneak up from behind me. Bust a cap in my back and put me where they can't find me. They hate to see a young player pay. I don't wanna see that. They rather see him spray. But I'm like Diddy, a Terminator, squeeze the lead off. Using verbs and nouns like rounds to blow your head off. Hitting up spots, heating up blocks. Investing in stocks like Colombian blow crops. I'm out to get the cream and ain't no doubt in my mind. Fuck this broke shit, I'm hit, I get down for mine. I get down for mine. I get down for this. I get down for this. I get down for mine. I get down for this. On the regular shit, I get down for mine. I get down for this. I get down for this. I hear you wanna be a player. I ain't some place sit back. Let's play a game of real nigga roulette. With this a DOA as I spray the melee. Contact and punctuation is compared to AKs. You in a daze. Overdose for pure funk. I'm fucking off like Tommy Gibbs. The calmers of boot smoke. Decapitated rappers in my truck. I'm sick. Pumping skunk bouncing with my click. Popping mega jump. I'm getting back while these clowns be zigzagging. When you talk about plenty keys, come on, you're nickel bagging. I'm blasting off wings and making doubters believe it. You see, I was packing heaters when jokers was banging cheerleaders. Ain't nothing changed, it's still the same in the rap game. I'm known for banging rookies out the frame. Y'all done forgot who was the pimp from the start. Sipping vintage wine, eating a la carte. I'm phenomenal from the abdominal. Far from comical lyrics that stick in the brains like barnacles. Never sleep. I'm bringing the drama to the street with techniques and rolling in fleets. Ain't nothing sweet about the street, so I'm poetically ill. I'm pure like cook up and lyrics shine like fish scale. I got the banger at your throat and you ain't showing no signs. Can't depth, let them know I get down for mine. I get down for mine. I get down for this. I get down for this. I get down for mine. I get down for this. On the regular, shake it, so big. I get down for mine. I get down for this. I get down for this. I get down for mine. I get down for this. On the regular, shake it.